Hello world, and welcome to 8-Bit Memories.
The show all about nerd nostalgia.
I'm Jaren.
And I'm Britt.
We're brother and sister. Every episode we're going to be taking you back in time in the TARDIS.
Exploring all of our geeky childhood memories from our formative years. On this episode we're going to be talking about the N64.
Which I think for many is a console that a lot of kids grew up with. We want to talk about our personal history with the console itself. Anytime the parents went to Best Buy, it was an excuse for me to just try to play Nintendo 64 a little bit. You would walk into it, and one of the first things you'd see as a kid is 9 gigantic televisions, and you could see Super Mario 64 being played in all of its glory. The thing that I liked about it was you were playing this communal file that every kid in the town had contributed to in some way. And I distinctly remember playing the water level where it has all the different levels.
And the spiders.
And this creepy little kid was behind me going like this.
Ooh la la. Ooh la la.
I can't figure out why I don't remember you being at the store with me, because you were barely 4 or 5. It was like, were you just at home chilling?
By myself.
But I don't know if they arranged this or not. Do you know this story?
Actually,
Okay.
I don't. This is new.
Okay, our 2 neighbors from down the street were at the checkout, and they were getting an N64, and I didn't think any of it because I was just an innocent little kid. Came home.
I just remember it being on the floor. Growing up, our parents were always the type of people to do these sneaky little surprises and get that reaction out of kids. It's like, ah!
Oh, that feeling of opening it for the first time, playing it, but it's your own version, and all of the files are new.
For me, being younger, that was the first interaction I had with a console game at all. I do remember that very vividly.
So what we have here is the perpetual Easter basket of childhood memories. Oh, Banjo-Kazooie. It was so interesting to go from the world of Super Mario 64 where everything's kind of pristine in a weird way. And then the world of Banjo-Kazooie is like perpetual Halloween. Maybe just because the villain is a witch, and the snow world was even more Christmassy feeling than Mario. I think there were actual Christmas presents. The way that the worlds are so much bigger and grander in your imagination than they actually are graphically. You could go to a witch doctor and he could turn you into an ant or a washing machine.
Or an alligator with pants on.
Yeah.
Ikum bokum.
Pokemon Stadium.
Yeah! I'm so excited. Diddy Kong Racing.
Oh, yes. Okay, the thing that I remember with this game, we spent so little time actually racing because the single player level selection is like a little sandbox world, and we would spend so much time in just the level selection because you could drive anywhere. One of us would sit there with the controller and the other one would be would be our taxi fare, and we'd drive the little airplane over and we'd stop, and then in real life one of us would sit down next to the other person and we'd say where do you want to go? I want to go to the beach. And then you just fly. Bum 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 bum.
I already know.
Yeah,
of
the cartridge. In the very first level, you get to build a roller coaster, which, in 5th grade, I had a notebook, and I would just fill it with roller coasters.
Dude, I remember that. That's weird.
Being able to build a roller coaster in a video game and then you could ride it was like, wow. And Zelda. This game, for me, when I discovered it, it's honestly like falling in love. I swear, the first time I discovered it, it was at my friend's house. The world was so evocative and so immersive to me that I just could not get this game out of my head. I got home and I didn't have this game to play and I didn't know what to do. Either in 4th grade or 5th grade, there was a writing thing where you'd write a book. The first 6 pages were all maps that I had drawn. So there was very obviously some kind of earth temple or dungeon that this character went through, and a fire one and a water one. The fact that a video game got a 9 or a 10-year-old to world build, I think that's fantastic.
I did my own. I'm pretty sure it was inspired by Link. This was the game I always wanted to sit next to you and watch, and I always remember being Jaren, go to the Zoras. It was like watching a movie. So that's all for this week's video. If you want to see more from us, make sure you subscribe, and share with the interwebs.
And we want to hear from you guys in the comments. Share your experiences about growing up with the N64.
And check out our links in the underpants below.
And until next time, don't forget to take the time to remember.
Oh.